Welcome to Enoch the Bright TV. I want to look at power. Someone say that power is taken, power is not given. You have to take it by force. Someone said power is corrupt. That is what they say. And that makes me ask a question. Is God taking part in politics? Is God taking part in politics? To me, it is a no. Politics involves what is called democracy. And democracy is the system of government in which laws, policies, leadership, and major undertaking of a state are decided by the people. Everything is decided by the people. That's why they said democracy is government of the people, for the people, by the people. There is no God there. It is for the people, no God there. By the people, no God. For the people, no God. That is why they do all they can to ascend to power. No matter what it is, they must ascend to power. That is why during elections, so many things are always happening. We are seeing even what is happening in American campaign trails today. Some candidates' lives are in danger. What's normally happening in Uganda, we know. What happens in Kenya during elections, we know. In other democratic countries, happening where leadership is being elected by the people, for the people, to be managed or to manage them. So many bad things normally happen. Now, this makes me ask a question that in Kenya, every electioneering year, priests normally come in and tells people how so-and-so is chosen by God. Like the last election we had, the government of William Ruto and Gachagua, the deputy president, were told that this government is a godly government. And it is God that has chosen this government. Is it so? Is it true that God chose this government? And if it were God, why are what is happening today? Why are the same priests who gave such prophecies are now lamenting and even wondering how they can pray for the government? This simply tells you that God does not politic. God do no politics. God is not part of politics. He'll never be part of politics. He'll never be part of any leader who is elected by people. Even if it is the chairman in the church, elders in the church, as long as you are subjected to election, God is not part of that. Someone will argue that Peter and others cast their vote to elect so and so, to join where there was a gap in the ministry, but that they never politics. No politic was done. No one went around campaigning. They prayed, and God gave them whomever they wanted. But in politics, God is not part of it. Now, government of God is theocracy. not democracy. So God is not found in a democratic country's leadership, but God is found in a theocratic leadership. This is where God himself installs a leader. And if we look at the scripture itself, we find that the last leader whom God installed was Samuel. Then Saul was elected by people. People demanded that they wanted Saul. And God withdrew from leadership of the people that very day. It is important to note that when wicked are in power, people cry. But when righteous is in power, people rejoice. It is very, very important to note that. Now, going with the Kenyan government today, it is a clear indication and is a very clear communication to the servants of God today that in the coming election, shut up, stay back, and don't say so-and-so is elected by God. Don't say so-and-so is chosen by God. God don't do politics. God does no politics. And God will never take part in politics. You see what is happening today? Kenyans are mourning from one end to the other, from coastal part of Kenya to western part of Kenya, to central part of Kenya, to Rift Valley. Everywhere in this country, people are mourning. People are crying. Why? Because of the leaders whom they installed. It is also important to understand that when you elect a leader, you must pray for that leader. You have to support the leader by paying taxes. Because it is you, of course, who elected the leader. Now, as Kenyans woke up very early in the morning to go, queued, some until 4 in the morning to 4 in the evening. Some even spent the night at the polling stations. You have to work hard to pay taxes to the same government because that is what you voted for. It is the leadership that you chose. You woke up in the morning and you never wanted anybody to tell you anything. Somebody wrote a book that was Mele Mabona Odhiambo, and she launched it. It is entitled Rig or Be Rigged. Rig or be rigged. And that is the truth about politics. Kill or be killed. Take or lose. You go for it. And that is what politics is. We know those who always don't want to take. I've never been there and will never be there. Those who want to take it are always even ready to kill. They're ready to shoot. They're ready to kill you. They're ready to kidnap because of what is called leadership. Now, because they are doing that and God is not part of it, they get away with it. And that is a confirmation that God is not part of it. Because God don't involve himself where people kill each other. Even in church elections, you hear that when chairman is being elected, people are dying anyhow. Some are given poison to drink. So many things do happen. Why? Power is taken, power is not given. Mamlaka uchukulewa, mamlaka haipeanwi. That's the reality about politics. And Kenya, we have experienced this. I remember in 2007 when Bishop Pius Mwiru ran for presidency. He went around telling people how God has chosen him. The man was so influential then. But after that, during election, after election, to the time of declaring the winner, this guy never got any vote. Is God a liar? God is not a liar. God is proving that he's not part of politics. I again remember the yes and no politics in Kenya when Kenyans were voting for the constitution. We had yes and we had no. I remember seeing some priests saying that God has told them that no is going to win. And they even told their members to vote no. And some even coerced their members by saying, if you don't vote no, don't come back in this church. Just vote and go away. And many did that. Some never voted. Some went and voted no. Some went and voted yes. And that is the reality of the truth of the matter. But at the end of it, power is taken, power is not given. Yes said his way, and no lost the battle. And was accepted and became like that. So, God do not politic. God don't politic. If you have interest in a certain candidate, just wake up, go and vote. But don't involve God in it. Because God will never take part in politics. Thank you very much. And that is the point I wanted to put across. Now look at Kenya again before I wrap it up. We have this guy called the Deputy President Gachagua is being impeached today. After they had walked around this country and told us how one will not allow the other to suffer. Right now, things which are happening, some are even not attending a meeting that is going to bring them together. Why? Politics is full of deceit. Politics is full of lies, and God does not take part in that. Thank you very much. Subscribe my YouTube channel, Enoch the Bright TV. Facebook page, Enoch the Bright TV. Thank you very much, and welcome to Enoch the Bright TV.